Good evening, and thank you for tuning in for Chamber Live. I am Christine Kernan, Vice President of the Princeton Mercer Regional Chamber, and I'm pleased to have as my guest this evening, Hal English, the new President and CEO of the Princeton Mercer Regional Chamber. But first, I really would like to give a big thank you to Peter Crowley, our past CEO, who is retiring, or has retired, as of December 31st. Peter was an incredible leader and truly cared about the business community in our region. So, Peter, we thank you very much for all that you did. But my purpose for today is to introduce our new CEO, Hal English.
Thank you, Christine. It's a pleasure to be here. It's a pleasure to finally take over the reins for Peter Crowley, who's done an incredible job at this chamber, and very excited to start.
Well, you're going to do an amazing job as well. I am certain of it. So you've been a longtime resident of Mercer County, and can you just tell me a little bit about yourself and our audience?
For sure. I grew up in the city of Trenton. I got there at 6 months old. Loved the city of Trenton. Went to Trenton Central High School, public schools. Married a Hamilton Township girl, and Diane, and drifted into Hamilton Township, where ultimately I became Director of Economic Development for Hamilton Township, which is the 8th largest, I believe the 9th largest town in the state of New Jersey. And then became a banker after that, and worked 10 years in commercial and retail banking, and then back to economic development for the township of Robbinsville, incredible little town that's growing like crazy.
Wow. So you've got an extensive career, but what brought you to want to be the CEO of the Princeton Mercer Regional Chamber?
Well, that's a great question. I've been a member of the chamber and supporter and sponsor of the chamber for years. This chamber is an amazing chamber. It really combines educational and networking opportunities for its members to grow business, and grow business means jobs, and I've always been interested in growing jobs and people working and making a decent living in this town and in this county. And this chamber, more than any, has just had a quality of programs, educational programs. Even the luncheons have been phenomenal for networking, and when you get businesses to work together, and especially in these times, do business with each other, everybody grows. All the boats rise in a high tide.
Well, that's great. Well, we're thrilled to have you, Hal. And during this uncertain time of the pandemic, we all know that the small businesses are really struggling. So what is it that is your vision? How could the chamber help the small business community moving into 2021?
Great question. It's tough times. We're seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, where the vaccine is now here. Robert Wood Johnson got theirs yesterday, got their first shipment, which is phenomenal. But this chamber already is doing so much for small businesses, and we need to grow on that. We need to continue to do that. You know, they're out there highlighting small businesses. Back when I was an economic development director in Hamilton Township, I started a buy local, build local, and bank local. Of course, I was going into banking movement, and we need to now support each other, and the chamber is in the unique position to help make that happen. If someone needs to purchase something, some services, something even retail, contact the chamber, look to the chamber list, and do business with each other. And we need to do more of encouraging that and rewarding that. That's how we're going to get out of this.
Absolutely. Yeah, the chamber does have an independent business alliance program, which is really the center of our chamber when you think about it, because it is all the small businesses coming together to help one another. And we encourage small business really to look to the chamber for any type of help. So thanks, Hal. So tell me a little bit more about what you would do. I know that you have a large amount of relationships throughout Mercer County. One of them was me before you were.
That's true.
You're now the CEO of the chamber. But what are you planning on doing to get to know the membership of the chamber?
January is going to be hit the road. Come snow, come snowstorms, come COVID, it's going to be hit the road, and both do new connections from folks not central to Mercer County in the chamber. All the players need face-to-face. If I can get a face-to-face with a mask, If not, certainly Zoom or phone calls, but a lot of networking, a lot of connecting people with my existing contacts. I also have certainly some contacts in some companies that aren't involved in the chamber that will be, and that have already sent me notes and said, if you're in, I'm in, and that's going to help our existing members now to bring in new members who understand that networking is the way to go, that doing business with each other is the way to go, and it's the only way to go. In this pandemic, we've given 100% market share to the large corporations. When you think about it, they're the ones that are open. So you have a Walmart or a Target, they sell everything. So when small business can't be open, when the restaurants can only be open 25%, if that, we need to buckle down and get that market share back, and that's a huge goal that we're going to have to do this year, and I'm sure that we will.
I know this is going to be a very interesting year. So you've got a great team at the chamber behind you, by the way. I just want you to know.
I'll butt in and say that's one of the reasons that I decided that I would apply for this position was the staff. I have seen this staff grow. I've seen them in the pandemic. I've seen what they've done, and they're second to none that I've ever seen. I'm really, really excited to work with all of them. And you.
Yeah, it's going to be a great 2021 for everybody, and we really hope the business community in our region just works together to stay strong. We're all in it together, and the chamber's here for you.
Really looking forward to a positive 2021, and let's hit the road. Let's get to work.
So thank you, Hal, so much for being here this evening. I do want to let everybody know that you're going to have another opportunity to meet and network with Hal, the new CEO of the Princeton Mercer Regional Chamber, at our upcoming Meet the Chamber CEO and Network with the Board event. So please check the chamber calendar. We hope to see you there and have, again, a wonderful 2021. And I would like to thank our production sponsor, New Jersey Buzz Productions. If you're not familiar with New Jersey Buzz, please follow them on social media. Thank you, and I hope to see you at our next Chamber Live on January 19th at 7 p.m.